Hello. Today we are going to do the Hard Sudoku in the new Netflix Puzzled app. And if you would like to play this yourself, you can find a link in the description. It's also on the App Store, the Play Store, basically on mobile, as well as you can play it on web on tadum.com/puzzled. And but yeah, use the link in the description if you're going to go there. It'll take you, depending on what you visited on, it'll take you to the right place. So today we are going to solve this puzzle called Water Rings. It's a hard Sudoku. What's really cool is, like all the puzzles, the Sudoku is handcrafted by a Sudoku expert. And so you're going to find some really neat stuff in these Sudokus, and that is hard to find in apps these days, especially Sudoku apps. So every single day, it looks like we've got an easy, medium, and hard. So if you like Sudoku, this is the app for you. I'm going to play, and I'm just going to go through how my strategies for solving using this app and the general things you're going to be looking for because they are handcrafted. All right, well, let's play and see how we do today. So, yes, we do know how to play Sudoku. Just in case you don't know, in every single row, every single column, and every single box, we are going to be placing the digits 1 to 9 exactly once each. That's it. There's only one solution, and you can see we've got these really cool clusters of 4 givens in little boxes. So what we probably want to be looking for is like what's going on in these null spaces. So for example, this is the kind of thing you're going to want to look for a lot of, is that like this 7 looks up through here. So these can't be 7. So 7's in one of these two, and then we see this 7 actually places it. So let's see how many gimmies we got first. Now placing that 7, it looks across here. You can actually see it highlighted there. So 7's in one of these two. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn on the note mode, and I'm just going to put a 7 here and here to remind myself that those 7s point down. We also have these two 7s looking in here. So it's good to like kind of track one digit at a time, but I wouldn't necessarily go 1 through 9. I would look at like the gimmies and then follow through on those digits later. That's my strategy anyway. I'm not really seeing anything more that would be useful to talk about with 7s right now. So let's find something else that might be helpful. So here I'm seeing these 4 here. We do have the 6 and the 9 looking in, but unfortunately we already have a 6 and 9 in that box. But that does mean they buddy up. So the two 6s, okay, yeah, the 6 is placed in this box. Look at all the 6s looking into it. It's the only place for 6, so we can turn off note mode and place that. And now the 9 looking in, it does mean 9's in one of these 3. So I'm just going to mark that in here. And at some point we are going to transition to using a different marking mode, and I'll show you how I do that in this app. But for now, I'm just using it to be like, okay, within this box, where are these individual digits going to go? It's kind of little notes for myself. Oh, and this can't be a 9 because of the 9 looking down there. So let's not miss that. All right. So is there anything else like looking past? Yes, we have this 4 looking up. And that means that 4 is going to be either here or here. And I'm also noticing it's in 2 places in this box up here. So we're going to mark that as well. All right, what else can we look at here? We have a bunch of 9s looking into this box on the left. So 9 is going to be either here or here. Just looking for what I can find. I'm going to actually now just systematically scan the bands and make sure I didn't miss any. Yeah, okay, so here's something really nice. Look at the 1s looking into box 2 here. The 1 is actually limited to here and here, which joins the 4. And so now I know that that's actually a hidden pair. That's a 1-4 hidden pair, because 1 needs to be in one of these cells and 4 needs to be in the other one. So we can't fit anything else there. So hidden pairs are very powerful. Let's see what we can do with that. So other than the 1 doubling up, we also have the 4 doubling up. We saw that. Then we got the 6 and the 9, which don't have doubles. Unfortunately, we just have the 1-4 down here looking up into it. So I don't think we can do anything else in box 2. I do have this 5 looking into box 1 here. So the 5 is going to be either here or here. So we can mark that. I'm scanning this vertical at this point. So 1, 4, 6, 7, 9. We got the 9. How about the 6? So the 6 is either here or here in this box. All right. I think that's what I get out of that vertical. I'll think about individual rows and columns and stuff like later, but I want to kind of get through my scan here. So we go up to 7. Nothing really going on in this band. We can look at the vertical here. The 1, 2, 6, 7, 9. So we do have we have a bunch of 6s looking into this box. So 6 is actually here or here. Nothing else really of note for that. So this final band might have some good stuff going on. So we've got the 3. I like to go in numerical order so I don't miss anything. The 3 does not appear to be super useful. We've got the 5, also not very useful. We have the 6, which is done in the band. We have the 7. We already looked at 7s. I don't think there's more to find yet. Actually, something I didn't, these 7s point down. I don't know why I didn't see this when I did the 7s earlier, but that does mean 7's in one of these two, which is going to point, and that actually places the 7 here. So I should have had that earlier, but anyway, places the 7 in this box because these 7s point in and the 7 looks in. So now we filled this box row. What we want to do is we want to look at the other 2 rows, this row and this row, for any digits that aren't placed in the box yet. So the 3 is not placed yet, and so that does mean the 3 is down here somewhere. And that's going to point in with this other 3, placing the 3 in this box. I've noticed we've reduced this to 2 digits. Let's just take a look. We need the 2 and the 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to pencil this as a 2-8 pair, and then I'm going to pencil this pair that's remaining. The 1 and the 4 is what's left here. So we got 1, 4 here, and we got 1, 4 here. All right. That 1, 4 pair does mean we have 3 digits left in this column. Let's think about it at least. We need a 2, 3, and 8. Now I have to be careful because I haven't yet transitioned to full notation, which I may or may not have to do in this puzzle. So if I were to pencil 2, 4, 8 here, here, and here, I might get confused on what that means compared to like the 6 and 9. So I'm going to hold off on that because there doesn't seem to be a whole lot going on with the 2, 4, 8. I am noticing we do have this 1, 4 pair over here. So this is not 4. So actually what we can do, oh no, sorry, we have a 1, 4 pair down here. So a 2, 4, 8 is actually wrong. Let's scan this correctly. It is the 2, 3, 8. 2, 3, 8. So never mind on what I was about to do. Okay, yeah, let's ignore that for now. All right. I was looking at what looks into this. We got the 3, and that cascaded into stuff. We also have the 8 looking in. So the 8 is down here somewhere, one of these 3. So we have 7, 3, 8, 6. We have 6 and 9. That's all taken care of. Okay. So I'm wondering about this cell here, because it's not the 3, 8, 9. It's not the 4, 6, 7. So what is it? It could be 1, 2, and 5. Okay. It can be any of those, and I'm not center marking yet. So let's hold off on that. Okay. So is there anything else to scan? I want to scan this stack here. So the 1s do line up, putting a 1 in one of these two. 3s line up, putting a 3 somewhere in here, one of these 3. 6 and 8. All right, 3 and 4. All right, that's what we get from that. So obviously puzzle's not done. We don't have a whole lot to act on right now. So, but I am noticing we have several rows, columns, boxes. We're going to look through and just look at the ones. We may not even mark anything, but we're just going to look at what the digits are that are left. So in this box 1 here, we're just going to think about it real quick. We need 2, 5, and 8. No, we need something else too. 2, 3, 5, and 8. How do I keep missing 3? 2, 3, 5, 8. 2, 3, 8. Okay, I'm not really seeing much going on with 2, 3, 5, 8. Oh, but I am seeing something. So imagine these are all marked as 2, 3, 5, 8. We also have a 2, 8 down here. And that's going to form a quad. So really what we should be seeing is a hidden triple, and I can cheat and know what the digits are. Cheat, because I found the 2, 3, 5, 8. So besides 2, 3, 5, 8, we have 1, 4, and 9. So the trick here is where do 1, 4, and 9 go in this column? So we have the 1, 4, and 9 in this box. And we have the 1, 4, and 9 in this row, taking it out of here. So the 1, 4, and 9 have to go in this column here. So this is where the 1, the 4, and the 9 have to go in this box because it's where they go in the column as well. So I am actually able to mark that effectively without confusing myself. And so now that I have that 1, 4, 9, what does that mean for me? You know, it was true of the box as well. We already had this 1, 4, 9, and we had this 1, 4 pair with this 9. So I'm not sure we get much more out of that unless there's something horizontal. Oh, remember we had these 4s pointing, though, from this box. And so those pointing 4s that we added a little reminder for tells us this can't actually be 4. So it actually can only be 9. And I do have auto clear on, so it cleared out the 9 that I had marked elsewhere. All right. Leaving this 1, 4 pair. All right, so that was some good fruit from looking at what was left in this box here. Could have found that via geometry, and I'm wondering if we have similar geometry going on over here. So we need 1, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 4, and 5. I'm not seeing anything with that. What about the 1, 6, 8, 9 over here? I really don't think we have anything going on with that. 6, 8, 9. Yeah, let's hold off on anything there. So what's something else I can look at? This box here is down to 4. I'm going to do boxes first. We need a 3, 4, 5, 8. 3, 4, 5, 8. Is it... something I missed is these following up on these 7s. 7 is one of these two. And is there another digit limited up there? Because what I'm seeing is these 2 digits, if I did it right, so they're not the 4. So they're 3, 5, 8. So what that tells us is that we have a 3, 5, 8 triple here, because these are down to 3, 5, 8. So what I'm going to do is basically on a box by box basis, I decide whether I want to go full notation. If I do, I notate every cell in the box. So in this case, I do want to do that. So these are down to 3, 5, 8. So I'm going to mark 3, 5, 8 here and 3, 5, 8 here. But just to avoid confusing myself, I'm also going to add the 3, 5, 8 to these cells so that I know I've gone full notation on this box. And so now you can see this 3, 5, 8 triple here. And one thing that you'll notice about the 3, 5, 8 triple is that the 5 needs to be in one of these two within that triple because it can't be down here, which means this can't be 5 and this can't be 5. Additionally, it affects the column. So the remaining digits are the 2, 6, 7, 9. This can't be 6, 7, so this is only 2, 9. Now, am I going to go full candidate on this box yet? Maybe not. And so we know the 6 and 7 are up here. So that's basically what we've learned. Now, is there anything about the 3, 5, 8 triple removing 5 from here or all of 3, 5, 8 from here? I think that is actually very helpful. Because look, we have a 3 and a 5 here. And now we know this cell here is not a 3, 5 or an 8. But specifically, it's not 3 or 5. So the 3 looking in, none of these are 3 now. Because we have the hidden 1, 4 pair and the 3, 5, 8 triple in the column. And so the 3 ends up either here or here. And the 5 is similarly ends up here or here. So let's see if we can do anything with that. So the 5s actually point, right? So this can't be a 5, and that leaves only one place for 5 in this box. And so now the box is down to 2, 3, 8. So I'm just going to fully mark the box. 2, 3, 8 here, 2, 8 here, and 2, 3, 8 here. This 3 looked over. All right. And so because of this 2, 3, 8, because we have the 2, 8 pair here, where's 3 go in the column? Only here. So this is actually a 3 now. Well, that didn't work because the 3 should have pointed. Okay, I'm going to undo a bit because I made some kind of mistake. Let's figure out what it was. With the 3s pointing in, this can't be 3, this can't be 3. The 3 should have been placed here. Now, why was that not an option? I think I just missed the 3 when I was penciling this. This is actually where the 3 is supposed to go in the box. I think we're fine. These 3s point in. This 3 looks in. So this is the only place for 3 in the box. So we can just place that. Okay, it says I've made a mistake. So I actually have the mistakes on here. So that should not be the 3. So I have one mistake. So what did I think about wrong? Because I've got this 3, 5, 8 triple here. So this is the issue with mixed notation. This can be more than just 3 or 8. This is not actually a 3, 5, 8 triple. Darn it. Okay, so that was a mistake. And it's because of the mixed notation that I'm trying to get used to. But there we go. So if I had fully marked this box, I would have had more than just 3 and 8 marked in here, and it would not have been a 3, 5, 8 triple. That's the issue. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go back over to here, and I'm going to mark up this box because it's not a 3. We need 2, 3, and 8 here. So, oh my gosh, I'm in the wrong mode. Sorry. 2, 3, 8 here. This is 2 or 8. I probably should turn off the mistake checking, but it did save me today. All right, so 2, 3, 8. It's filled. Right, so that actually does let me place the 3 in here. Okay, so I was actually right about the 3 only going here in the column. And that does mean that 3 in this box actually can only go here now. And I'm pretty confident about that because we have the hidden 1, 4 pair. So this is our 3. And now this is the only place for 6. And now this is the only place for 7. All right. That worked out. This is a 5, 8 pair now. So these can't be 8. So the 3, 4 pair here removes 3 as an option here. 5, 8 pair removes 8 as an option here. So this is the only place for 9 in the column then. And then this is also a digit. It's a 2. Very nice. So we got the 9 and the 2. Can I follow up on anything? Yes, the 2 looks into this box, leaving only, so this box here, leaving only this spot for 2 in the box. And this is now a triple, which I'm going to mark. 1, 2, 3. We need 4, 5, 7. 4, 5 here. This can't be 4 or 5, so this is the 7. And this is down to 4, 5. So we have the 4, 5 pair, which means this can only be 1. This is now our 4. And this is a pair in this box now. We need the 1 and the 5. All right, 1, 5 there. Oop, 1, 5 there and 1, 5 there. All right, it's at this point that I need to be very careful about which boxes are notated fully and which ones just have the what I would call corner marks in them. But I do know that the 1, 4 is good here. I know that the 3, 4 is good here. The 1, 5 is good there. Okay. So let's take a step back. What do we want to follow up on here? I think we got a bunch of digits. What are the 4 digits left in this box? We need a 2, 5, 8, 9. So we know the 9 is placed here because of where all these other 9s are. What did I say? Okay, now the 5 looks in, placing the 5 here. This is down to 2 or 8, but this 2 looks up. So this is the 8, and this is the 2. And now this is finished a row. That's an 8. Finished a box. These 2 digits, I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Sorry. These 2 digits, we have 1, we need a 2, which can only go here. It looks like we're collapsing. This is the only place for 3. Finish the column. Now this is the only place for 3 in this box. So I would actually recommend turning off the auto deletion of candidates in some ways because it depends what you want to do. But placing that 3 did clear a 3 from this box. But if I hadn't noticed that, there was nothing to indicate. And so you may want to actually scan that yourself and then notice that you follow up with that 3. But it depends on what your preference is. 3 in this box can only go here. We have this 3 looking in. Why do I have 7 marked there, though? It's the only place for 7. 3 is already in the box. It is the only place for 7. Okay. We can't place another 3 in the box. This is a triple. We need a 2, 6, 9. So this is all of 2, 6, 9. This can't be 6, so it's 2, 9. And this can't be 2, so it's 6, 9. Nice. All right. This box has a pair left. We need a 2. This 2 tells us that this is the 2. And this is our 8. All right. Now, we have to be careful. This wasn't fully marked up, but what are the 4 digits? It looks like it's 1, 3, 5, 8. We do have it fully marked then. So we can trust these markings. So this is the only place for 1. This is 3. This is 5. And this is 8. All right, over here we get the 8 and the 2. And with the auto marking, like at this point, you get some freebies. Up here we get the 4 and the 1. That places the 4 and the 3 down here. We just have to remember what boxes were fully marked and which ones weren't. Okay, this 1-4 pair. So what's this triple over here? We need a 5, 6, 8. So this is 5, 8. This is 5, 6, 8. And this is 5, 6, 8. Okay. Fully marked that box. So we just have to really think about this box and what it needs, and we might be able to finish up that way. Oh, okay. But first we do have this 5, 8 pair. So let's see if that actually helps us. 5, it doesn't. Oh, so there's a fun technique you could do here. I'm not going to use it, but you can do what's called a unique rectangle. So notice this is marked 5, 8, this is 5, 8, this is 5, 8, and this is 5, 6, 8. So the thing is, the rectangle needs to be in exactly 2 rows, 2 columns, and 2 boxes, which this one is. The 2 boxes is the one people mess up a lot. It has to be in 2 boxes as well. And if you have, what we have to avoid is having 5, 8 pairs all like the exact same pair in the rows, the columns, and the boxes. So it would be a 5, 8 pair in this row, a 5, 8 pair in this column, a 5, 8 pair in this column, 5, 8 pair in this box, and a 5, 8 pair in this box. If that were the case, there would be at least 2 solutions to the puzzle, because we could put the 5s in this diagonal or we could put the 8s in this diagonal, and there'd be nothing external to tell us which one was correct. They would both work in the solution. But we know there's only one solution, which means we can place the 6 here if we want to. So just keep a mental note that that one's 6. But I'm going to solve this in a different way instead. I'm going to think about what this box needs. I was going to do that. It needs a 2. So the 2 is in one of these 2, which I'll just mark up. It needs a 4. So I'm just going to fully mark up the box. So we're going to mark where the 4 can go, which is these 4 places. Okay. It needs a 5. And once I fully mark it, it'll be much easier to finish the puzzle. 5 is just anywhere in these columns, it looks like. Oh, we have the 5, 8 pair at the top, though. So 5 is actually just here, 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 and here. We have to make sure we finish before we do too much logic. The 6s. So the 6 is in 4 places as well. 6 here, 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 and here. I'm noticing the middle one is a lot of not things. We need the 7. And it looks like the 7's placeable. So that's our 7. 7s are actually done now. We need an 8. So the 8 is either here or here. And we need a 9. So the 9 is in one of the corners, it looks like. Oh, no, not the corners. The 9 is either here or here or here. So this can't be anything but 8. So we have our naked single. That's an 8. That gives us the 5, which gives us the 8, which gives us the 5. And now this is the 6, as I predicted. This is our 8. We get the 4 here. We get the 1 and the 9. This is our 2. This is 5. This is 4. So we get the, yeah, we're just filling out 6, 5. We are fully marked. So not 6, 9, 2, 1, and 4. And we're done. All right. So that was a really fun puzzle. I actually really enjoyed all the logic that we could do there. And the fact that we could scan most of it without fully marking first. It also, the features of the app saved me from making a mistake. And so that was nice. So I have been asked a lot in the past of how would you solve a hard Sudoku like this when you only have a single notation system? Well, this is what I would do. And you can see there are some pitfalls where I made a fake triple there. But if you're careful and you get used to knowing which boxes you fully marked and which boxes you haven't, then you just are careful about not creating triples and stuff where you're not supposed to. All right, cool. So that is it for the Sudoku today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to check out this app, just check out the various, the link in the description's the best place to go. Or on my link tree. And you can also go to tadam.com/puzzled, or you can find that on various mobile devices in their stores. It is completely free to play. You do not need a membership. There's no ads. It's pretty amazing that we get these high quality puzzles for free like that, but definitely take advantage of it. And see if you can beat my time on this puzzle.